didn't finish it.
Francisco Job Market Report, brought to you by University of Phoenix. And for more about job market conditions, visit letsgettoworksanfrancisco.com. That's letsgettoworksanfrancisco.com. Black Oak Casino Resort invites you to visit the Mother Oak Castle. Fall is here, and the gaming excitement is non-stop with nightly promotions plus great dining and entertainment options. So if you're ready for fun, come visit them today in Tuolumne.
KCBS Traffic Now, sponsored this time around by Black Oak Casino. Here's Mike Tracy.
And we're going to go to Marin. We're in San Rafael on Sir Francis Drake, right at the San Quentin West there. If you're coming, if you use basically Sir Francis Drake to get to and from the Richmond Bridge from 101, head-on collision there, blocking lanes of traffic in both directions. Significant delays there. No problems from 101 to Marin so far. Very slow from 101 to the Bridge on the East 87. Trying to get to the East Bay from San Francisco South Park, which one's up. Park thinking in the back of Howard's close to 3rd and 4th. Northbound Park there was very slow as well. Very bumpy. If you're over the traffic in Lewisburg, you had a crash on North 880 at 66 that was clear. We had a curb line view from Staten Island, Sally Spencer.
That's right, Mike. It was an earlier, and it was just a minor accident. North 880 in Oakland at 66. That was quickly moved over to the shoulder, but it left residual slowing still from Meganburger.
And your next update's at 1:58 on a traffic leader, KCBS.
6-day forecast, KPIX5's Lawrence
And
Carpenter.
the cold front diving into the Bay Area, really ramping up the winds today. We'll see those picking up along the coastline and in through the Golden Gate. In the meantime, though, the temperatures are going to be cool. Let's run on the highs only in the 60s and 70s, although lots of sunshine inside the Bay, just coming past some high clouds. We'll see 70s in the valleys today, where yesterday we had a lot of 80s. Now, the coastline will keep in the 60s above wind. I think we would see that wind continue in the evening hours and begin to subside a little bit overnight. And then, again, tomorrow, those winds will help again through the afternoon. Temperatures will also be cooler, probably out on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and on the weekend. Most of
You like it?
68 degrees right now in San Francisco. 72 San Jose, 73 Livermore, 75, 77 degrees in Santa Rosa. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on all news 740 and FM 1069 KCBS. KCBS News Time 151. It's time now for our Tech Watch report, sponsored by Comerica Bank. And today we're joined by CNN senior editor Donald
What?
Brown.
You like it?
I don't think anyone's surprised. I think Apple's actually rigged the operating system a little bit in order to achieve the success. All the users who've upgraded their iPhones right now, if they're going into their music app, the first thing they're going to see is an invitation to try out iTunes Radio. It's kind of hard to miss. So a lot of people they're kicking the tires. They're trying out the new iTunes Radio, and just anecdotally from myself, I'd say they're doing a pretty good job with it. Great service. Now, taking that number, unique users already in 5 days, they're extrapolating the fact that the next 30 days, they're on track to already be able to surpass what Pandora is able to do. Pandora is around 65 million users a month as of last July. So it's a big target to hit, but Apple looks like they're at least showing that their iTunes Radio service is not done.
Okay, so presumably they'll also be back in Spotify and Rhapsody.
Yeah, they would Spotify and Rhapsody, they've already surpassed Rhapsody. As of last July, was maybe at like about 2 million users. So unless iTunes Radio starts backtracking into a downward spiral, which I don't think they're going to do, they've already surpassed Rhapsody. And another thing as part of this is that the breadth of devices. So iPhones are out there globally. If Apple is able to take iTunes Radio into a global reach, which Pandora has yet to be able to do, they're going to be able to make some big numbers, whether or not the service is run away yet.
And we're just about out of time, but quickly, is the idea of it being, is it the path of least resistance a little bit for Apple here? Because, it's so easy to do.
Yeah, it's hard not to use iTunes Radio.
You have to go out of your way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks a lot. It's good to talk to you. That's CNET's senior editor, Tom Bell. Sorry about that. And we have our Tech Watch report happening on Tuesdays and Thursdays around this time here on KCBS. And well, you know what? I just can't even talk because I'm so excited. It's a good season. It's getting pretty fun, yeah.
Needless to say, we're going to keep our eye on the America's Cup racing this afternoon, Rebecca. It appears we are going to see a second race today at 2:15. That has not been confirmed, but winds are looking favorable. This after Team USA picked up its 6th straight win earlier today. We'll have live race updates. And at 3:20, we'll check in live with America's Cup veteran Bob Billingham. Also at 2:20, we're going to take an in-depth look at breast cancer rates and why they've gone down sharply in Orange County.
Wow, that's when they were up more than any place in the country. All right, thanks very much. We'll be tuning in. That's Jeff Bell with this afternoon's news. On to the Money Watch with Jason Brooks.
Home builders are continuing to rebound from the depths of the housing bust. Lennar's earnings results easily topped expectations as its profit rose nearly 40% from a year earlier to $120 million. Rising mortgage rates may be dampening the market a little bit, though, as new home orders rose 14% compared to a 27% gain in the prior quarter, although the cancellation rate edged lower during that same period. Lennar predicts bumps along the road in the near term, but otherwise predicts the housing rebound to continue. That report helped out the home building sector. Lennar finished higher by 4.25% at just over $36. KB Home up over 4%, and Toll Brothers added 2%. Stock market overall had another lousy session. Dow dropped 66 points to 15,334. Nasdaq was up 3 at 37.68. S&P down 4 points at 16.97. Price of oil lower by 46 cents at $103.13. Gold down nearly $11 at $1,316 an ounce. On the Money Watch, Jason Brooks, KCBS.
Hear that? That's the sound of the economy gaining steam, gearing up and starting to grow again. Is your